We are catching up with Mayor Marianne Meed Ward for an update of what is happening in Burlington, and hopefully the city is kind of drying out from, you had a huge flooding problem.
It was devastating for a number of our residents. Over 1,200 people had some amount of water in their basement, including me. A couple of inches in my case, but in some neighborhoods there were 8-9 feet of water in the backyard. Up to 6 feet of water in basements. This is, for many of them, finished basements, so they lost everything. Electronics, whatever was down there, their furniture. Many people lost, precious keepsakes if they had gotten wet. So people are just in shock. It was very devastating for those people that experienced that. Right.
Now, the city some years ago had already kind of started a flood mitigation work, and you say that the areas where that work was done, there was no flooding. Are there plans, like, what do you do now, like plans for more, like, protection against, they keep saying, oh, it's a 100-year-old storm, but they're happening very close together.
Every 5 or 10 years in Burlington's case. So our major flood was 2014, where we got 2 months of rain in about 2 hours. It overtopped creeks, and so we invested at that time over $20 million to dig those creeks down and widen them. We also have a regular schedule where staff clear out culverts to make sure they're not blocked. And those creeks came very close to being overtopped, but they didn't. So all of that work made a huge difference in those areas. And what we've asked staff to do is look at the circumstances of this particular flood. We need to understand why, creeks overtopped, why the flooding happened, before we can start identifying what we need to do. So they're going to do that work, report back to us in the fall, and give us any advice, and it'll be just in time for budget. So if there's additional investments that we need to make in infrastructure, we'll have that information.
Okay. Speaking of infrastructure, you're getting ready for more electric vehicles. You've put in, City of Burlington's putting in more chargers.
All over the city. We started downtown a couple of years ago, and now we're rolling it out to community centers, city facilities across the city. So we have 75 right now, which I think for a community our size is actually a record. So we're doing great on that. Yeah, yeah. It's we're really proud of it. We have gotten some money from the Atmospheric Fund, from other sources, upper levels of government, and of course made our own investments. And this is an investment in climate change mitigation. So
it's at parking lots where, and I understand, is the charging is free, but you just have to pay for the space itself.
If you're in an area that charges parking, which is only downtown. So if you're parked downtown and you use the charging's free, you pay for the space. But at, for example, Brant Hills, if there's no charge for parking there, if you pull in and use the charger, there's no charge at this time.
Okay, at this time. All right. Also big plans for a partnership with Mohawk College, which the city has already been working with for a while.
Well, they have had a presence in Burlington for some time, an incredible training facility in Tansy Woods Community, not the community center, the senior center and long-term care, where they train people that are going into that field, PSWs, RNs, and so forth. I toured it a couple of weeks ago, and they want to enhance their offerings in Burlington. They see us as a great place, and I think a lot of people that go to Mohawk are from Burlington, and so we're really excited about some additional partnership opportunities. They're looking right now at where they would want to locate, and so there'll be more news coming in terms of where that might be, and exactly what kind of programs they'll be offering.
So for another possible potential campus?
Absolutely, yeah. That's one of the things they're discussing very carefully, and they're working with our economic development group that matches people with space that might be available. We as the city have signed a letter of intent with them to say, yeah, we welcome any post-secondary. It's part of our long-term strategic plan to have as many post-secondary campuses, satellite campuses, programs, because we know that when people study in a place, they're more likely to stay there and work. So this is economic development for us. This is about providing labor force to people in our community. They bring jobs in, during their studies. So it's a win-win-win for everybody.
Okay. Great to catch up with you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get the links up to all of your social media up on our website, chch.com/morninglive.